Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of my Let's Play series. I made a little cactus farm. It's tiny. In today's episode, I would like to make this area maybe a little more cohesive. All my elements are kind of random and haphazard, and besides having to do quite a bit of resource gathering still, I'd like to put in maybe some more buildings here and there, do some landscaping, and just overall make this area a little more cohesive and finished looking. Because as of right now, it's just kinda sparse. Yeah, it doesn't really, there's nothing tying the area together. They're all individual elements, and I'd like for them to be a little more finished, if that makes any sense. So, with that being said, let's jump into today's episode. Yeah, I need to apologize for the intro. My recording software was dropping frames like heck. Anyways, let's jump into the episode. Well, it's been a few weeks. I need to apologize because, yeah, I derped hardcore. I had done a stream, which was a lot of fun. But, yeah, I lost my stuff again. I died. Well, guess I'll just pillar up. And... Ah! And then when I tried to get my stuff back, I didn't get there in time, and I died again. So yeah, that happened. And now I need to collect some more resources because I have decided that I am going to start off terraforming this area right in here. I want to fill in a lot of this stuff, cover it over, and possibly build another building to kind of start tying everything together. So I'm going to get started on that, and I will check back in with my progress as I go. Boop. Okay, so I got this area all filled in, and I went ahead and I made a path block over to the... I made a path over to the river over here, so it's starting to take some shape. I got a whole bunch of caves filled in. Not fully filled in, they're just hollow, but I have this area all prepped and ready for a build. So I'm gonna think on that for a minute, and I'll cut back when I have maybe the outline of it to show. Okay guys, so I've been really busy since my last check-in. I have terraformed a little bit more of this area over here, and I expanded my farm and built this wall around it. Now, this wall is probably my favorite thing I've built so far in this world. I really love the way that it ties into the nether portal build. I love the mixture I used of solid blocks with the wall blocks, how it looks like it's kind of falling into disrepair, the leaf blocks growing all around, some of like the sinking into the ground. I really like the way this came out. Now this is a plan I started for a silo to store like hay bales and barrels of like the beets and the carrots and seeds and everything in. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tear this down and move it back over here, but I really need to go into a creative world and fully plan it out. So I'm going to cut off for now, but I do want to say before I do. 3, 2, 1. Before I do that, I really got a lot of inspiration for this from B000100. I'm going to do a link to a video he did recently where he shows how he plans out builds with wool first, and then kind of like walks through the process, because it's really awesome, and his builds are hecking inspiring. Like, I barely have words for how awesome B00 is. So I'm going to tear this down and jump over to a creative world to, get some ideas down, figure out what building materials I ultimately want to switch the wool out for, and I'll see you guys in a second. Boop. Okay, I've come over to a creative test world to kind of get an idea on the shape of the silo. And at first I was just going to go with the silo by itself, but then I thought, why not put a building on it? And I actually kind of like the style of this, so this is going to be kind of like a flat-roofed barn. I might actually end up just squaring this out because I don't really like the indent look. So let me just go ahead and do that. And put this down like so. And then I'll go inside. And take that out. And then I haven't figured out anything for like rooms or anything. I mean, I've got one window there, but I don't really want too many windows because this is going to be full of barrels and chests and hay bales and stuff. So it's not really supposed to be super fancy. But I think I like the way this is turned out. Now I just gotta figure out what materials I want to make the orange, green, and blue wool into. So for the most part, what I'm thinking is a mixture of andesite, stone, and maybe concrete. Let me see how these three look together. No. Let me find it. Why am I dumb? Okay, so let's see. Doot, and doot. I don't like the concrete. It's too flat. I could go with cobblestone. Yeah, so I'm thinking those three for the orange. Yeah, those three. I think would look good. And then I can intersperse some of them with some mossy. And then for the green, I am honestly thinking granite and brick. Like, I know a lot of people don't like granite, but I really like it mixed with brick. I don't know what it is about these two, and I could even throw some polished granite in there. So I'm thinking those three for the green. And then the roof, the blue. I really can't get prismarine right now. I'm trying to think of what would be convenient for me to go and mine or get. Look good on top of brick. Okay, so I'm thinking... Oops. We do dark oak, plank slabs, and stairs for the roof. So I'm gonna do a test of this to see what I think about it, and I'll cut back in a moment. Boop. Okay, so I may have gone a bit overboard, but it looks so good. I made it like a little farmhouse. It's like falling into disrepair and is old, and it has a silo, and oh, it just looks so cool. Oh, I'm so happy with this. I'm so excited to recreate this in my world. I'm just gonna, in my survival world, I'm just gonna go ahead and take some screenshots so that I remember how to make this. But oh man, this is so cool. And well, I messed up right there, but I ended up changing out, instead of doing the house in brick as well, I decided to make it white. And because I felt like diorite was a little bit too contrasty, I ended up going with white concrete, white wool, and concrete powder, white concrete powder. And I think those blocks actually, like from a distance, I think that's just beautiful. I mean, I might do some things different, but man, thank you, B00, for those tips on building things out of wool and replacing it with your materials, because heck, man, this turned out way better than I could have ever hoped for it to. And with that being said, I'm sorry that this episode was a bit on the shorter side. I have some work to do to prepare for next episode. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. It would really help me a lot. And if you'd like to see more from me, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to see you guys in the future, and feel free to, leave some comments. I read everything and take, creative criticism, just so long as it's constructive, Don't just be a jerk, but feel free to leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So until next time, my name's Lee. Whoa.